some people out with the call, and with kind of went with what we went through in the mastermind. Obviously, it's been working really, really well for us. So I am excited to share it.
Yeah.
And I know it just goes beyond us as well, which is really, really cool. So, but as always, we're crazy. It's always a crazy time of year, and so I apologize for keeping you waiting and jumping on here like last minute.
No, not at all. I mean, I wanna give it another 2 minutes and wait for others to jump on. Amanda joined. What's up, Amanda? How's it going?
Hey, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you and see you. Yeah.
Nice.
Dylan, Clint, got Katie. What's going on, Clint? Give people a couple more minutes.
How's your grand opening going? How's marketing?
So far, I'm just, I set I'm in the third week of my grand opening scheme. So I sent a transformation email this morning. It's funny, you announced that you're gonna, be picking winners of free memberships, right? And, I've chosen 2 winners, one 6-month, one 3-month. And last week, I chose a winner of a 3-month membership. Sent the blast out to everyone with the email address of the winner and with some of the letters blocked out. Didn't get a response, so I texted her, emailed her, and called and left a message, and still haven't heard back. So I'm wondering, maybe this person is away, but I sent another message saying, if I don't hear from you by Wednesday, which is when I'm going to choose the next winner, I'm going to have to, give it to somebody else.
Yeah, don't worry about it too much. Just move on.
Yeah.
Just stick with the schedule, because you're the only person who knows.
Yeah.
So then if you're going back and saying like, they didn't claim their prize or whatever, and you choose it again, and then it's more work than is needed. Just stick to the schedule, stick to the plan. Yeah. Worst case, if you really want to give it away, is when you get closer to your opening, it's just one additional draw that you do your opening time to generate even more buzz. And for everybody, and I'm not I'm going to open up the chat so that I can see, but we've got a few people in here. Just so that I know kind of who I'm speaking to, I'm just wondering how many people are open and how many people are in the phase of getting open, or maybe how long people have been open for. If you could throw that out in the chat, that would be super helpful for me. And with the grand opening as well, don't hesitate to give away a lot of them.
Yeah. Well, I plan, what I was thinking is, if this woman somehow is, just somehow incapacitated and can't get back to me, if she reached out to me subsequently, I'd probably just give it to her anyway,
Yeah, for sure. There's no harm. And you would rather, you would still rather give away, like, who cares if it's 20 of them?
Yeah, seriously. I totally agree.
Everybody knows somebody. So, the most important thing to do is have the buzz and energy in your facility when you open.
Yep.
Because that's how, like, the culture and the atmosphere and the energy, that's part of what's going to sell people into becoming members. And so if you're worried about giving it away for free, that's fine. You might have less members actually inside of the facility, and then the energy's not there and the excitement isn't there. And then people aren't converting when it's not really costing you anything than additional anyway. So pack it. If you have to give away a bunch for free, don't worry about it. And then when you're giving an amazing experience, then what you can do is just be sure that you're constantly going back and asking them for referrals. Who do they know? Who do they work with? Who, their husband, wife, partner, whoever it might be. Everybody knows somebody.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And I've been kind of parroting that to others who aren't open yet. Some tend not to agree, but I 100% agree with you.
Pack it.
Anyway, let's kick this off because I don't want to wait any longer. So for everyone on this call, I met Tyler for the first time at the first in-person Franchise Advisory Council meeting back in early April. It was the day before the World Conference. And he also, this particular presentation he gave at the last mastermind and completely killed it, because this is one of those things where I was like, I got to wrangle him and have him on this call. Many of us, or many of the people on this call aren't in the mastermind, but that didn't stop me from cherry picking a few topics to see if we can, get some value out of it here. And I believe Tyler's going to present something really, really interesting to you guys. So without further ado, Tyler, if you wouldn't mind just talking a little bit about your background and how you got into Fit Body Bootcamp, and then jump into it.
Perfect. Awesome. So if you could, is it possible to make me the host, and then that way I can share my screen so I can go through?
Oh, yes. How the hell do I do that? I think you can share, no?
Go to participants.
Participants. Okay, manage participants. Okay.
And then I think it makes me the host or something along those lines.
More. Okay. Tyler, let's see. Make host. There you go.
Perfect.
There you go.
Awesome. Okay, thank you. So first and foremost, before we get started, I just want to give a huge, huge shout out to Quang Su, because I wish this was happening when I was a new owner, and that we had somebody kind of really going out and really going out of your way. Like we're all obviously super, super busy, but going out of your way, spending your time, and going in and getting people, tracking down people that are really going to help with issues that new owners have. And I commend you on that. I think it's super, super awesome. Very grateful to have you within the Fit Body team and brand, because it's truly owners that have really built the brand to what it is today, and continue to do so. And I think that's one of the very special things about Fit Body as a whole. It's been very, very owner driven, and that's why it's going to continue to get better and better and better. As a side from being corporate driven, where people just think, hey, this will more than likely work, and then just force the owners to do it. But in the real world, it really doesn't work that way. So Fit Body's very, very special in that way. And again, just a huge thank you to you, Quang Su, for not only having me on and having given me the opportunity to speak with everybody, but for everybody who is on here, to have a warrior go out every day and track people down to help out with the issues they're having are really awesome. So thank you to you.
Dude, thank you for coming on. I appreciate that. And like you said, we've learned 99% of everything that is actionable from existing owners like yourself. So we appreciate you being on.
Absolutely. So my name's Tyler Savoy. I am up in Canada near Toronto, and we've got 3 locations. So we opened in May of 2013. Was our first location, and then we did a location in 2015, I think 2015, and then in 2016. So we've got 3 locations. They're about a half an hour apart from each other, one in the middle, And we've got a team of, we're 12. We've got a team of 12. We structure facility leaders, coaches, very, very similar to what Matt Wilbur would have talked about. And I've known him for a long time. And he and Bryce are amazing to have as VPs of the company. And that's something that's just huge for the brand and moving forwards. So one of the big things that everybody obviously struggles with is getting new leads, right? And new people through the door. And I don't want to say struggles, but I want to say that everybody is constantly looking for more people to come through the door, more, and it does become quite a bit of a numbers game. But it doesn't always have to be. It doesn't always have to be purely just what is our next promotion. And so let me see if I can move all of these things. And so this is the presentation that I gave at the mastermind. And if I can get us out of the way so I can see what I'm talking. There we go. So marketing has been something that we've been very fortunate with. I think there are some things to do, and I think there are some things that you should absolutely steer clear of. And there are a lot of people out there. I'm sure it pops up in your newsfeed all the time. The next, I'll have 30 to 50 leads come through your door. Chances are you'll want to stay away from 95% of them. Okay. Don't do gym launch. Don't do a bait and switch. Don't do all of these things that are popping up. You don't need to do. I will tell you right now, the biggest thing that you have is your reputation. Okay. Especially within the first 1 to 2 years of your business. And so if you can build your brand on your reputation, you're going to grow and you're going to have long-term success and long-term profits because you did it the right way. If you want to jump out of the gate and run some of these programs, it all of a sudden, you're not going to have people who are referring to you. And so we know that word of mouth is huge for our business. Referrals are huge for our business. But if we're, doing kind of a salesman approach to having people come in through our doors, it's not going to last very long because the people who are there are either the type of people who are attracted to that, which means that you're going to essentially recruit more people like them and your culture isn't going to be very good, or it's just people aren't going to refer because there was some, high pressure sales tactic to have people sign up, or it was a bait and switch where they just weren't really comfortable and they're not going to refer their friends to put them through it. So I really want to say, don't go down that road. And it is very tempting. I always look into it to see, what is out there, but please don't go down that road or ask. And any of you can reach out to me at any point in time. I've seen them all. But please ask before jumping in. It's not good for you. It's not good for the FBBC brand. So we do want to be sure that we're marketing in an ethical way and something that's adding value to our members and to our community as well. So the title of this is Increase Your Impact, Retention, and Profits Through Your Marketing. And it's a big title to kind of live up to, but let's see how we can go through this. So the first thing to know, and I won't spend too much time on this, is this is a Super Bowl, okay? And this was last year's Super Bowl. It was the Rams and the Pats, and it was the lowest scoring Super Bowl in the history of the game. It was 3-3 at halftime, okay? And the final, the final ended up being 13-3, okay? And so going back to thinking like people want to think like we need more leads, we need more prospects, we need more trials, we need more people calling us in order for us to grow, and it's simply not true. Defense wins championships. Okay, defense wins championships. Your defense is your retention. The number one thing that you should be focused on right out of the gates is retention. Okay, and most people think, and there's some very, very, very simple math in order to figure out how many members you are going to max out at. And so it goes something like this. I'll try to explain it as easily as possible. But most people think like, okay, well, how many people can I fit on the floor at one time? Okay, well, how many sessions do I have? So depending on your space, maybe it's 20, maybe it's 30, maybe it's 40, 50, 60, I'm not sure. But we think about what is our maximum capacity in terms of space as opposed to truly numbers. And so just some rounded off numbers would look something like this. Let's say you were getting approximately 30 new trials, not leads, not somebody who picks up the phone, okay, or contacts you, but 30 trials of any type of LBO or program coming through your door, okay? Now, I don't consider 3 free to be an LBO or a trial, okay? It's only when they get into a 21-day, 28-day, challenge that they're actually going through a program. For me, 3 free isn't a trial, okay? That's just how we classify it. Okay, so 30 new trials per month, and you're closing at a 50% clip. Okay, now that's pretty conservative. Okay, you can close higher, you can close 60, 70%. Okay, of everyone who's coming through your door, but 50% is something that, like, if you're closing less than 50%, you have an issue. There is an issue somewhere in your business. It could be the product, it could be the environment, it could be the process that people are going through, but less than 50%, there's an issue somewhere. Okay. So let's call it 50%. So 30 new trials coming through the door. Okay. You're going to close 50% of them. That's 15. Okay. So 15 new members every single month. Okay. Now, if we take a look at your attrition percentage, okay, the number of people every single month that are canceling the memberships, the number of members that you're losing during a month. Okay. And we said it was 5%. Now, if it's 7 or 8%, you're not going to grow. Okay, I believe the industry standard is about 7%. Okay, we say 5% or less. You're going to have great growth if you can get to a 1 to 3% range. Our goal is less than 3%. But at 5%, you can still grow. Above 5%, it's going to be a struggle. Okay, and that's averaged out. That might mean, like, for us, some months we might be 5%, but the next month we might be 1.5%. So we're about 3%. Okay. So if your average is 5%, at 300 members, 5% attrition is 15 members. So you're going to lose 15 members every month at 5% if you're at 300 members. Okay. Does that make sense to everybody? I'm going to try to get the chat box back up here so I can see. I don't know where it went, and that's okay because I'm sharing my screen, but I'm not sure. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody, okay? But again, if you have 300 members, 5% attrition is 15 lost members a month. If you had 30 new trials coming through the door every month, closing 50%, you're gaining 15 new members every month. So they even out. So you're 15 in, 15 out. Your maximum capacity is 300 members. That you won't grow beyond that unless you change your conversion percentage or your attrition percentage. It has zero to do with how much space that you physically have for people to work out on the floor. Okay, and so often we think like, well, okay, I could probably fit 35 people in a session. It doesn't work that way. It all comes down to what truly your numbers are. Okay, and 30 again is averaged out. Fitness is very seasonal. So in the summertime, you're going to have less trials. But come September, you might have 50, 60, 70 new people in on a challenge, okay? But then in October, because you've done so much of your marketing, maybe it's only 20. So 30 across every single month of the year. If you think about that, that's 360 new trials per year. If you're not growing your business with that, there's an issue, okay? And again, if your attrition is higher than 5%, again, there's an issue. So that's how it happens. But it's summertime right now, and I know some people aren't open yet, but defense is your retention. And so in the summertime, people are like, well, how do I grow? How do I grow? How do I not lose members, right? It comes down to your retention. It's your defense. If you have great retention, what ends up happening is you allow yourself to stay in the game long enough to make an offensive play. That is your Septembers. That is your Januaries. That's where you have a lot of new trials come through the door where you can have these massive periods of growth. But if you net lose 15 people through the summer, you need to make that back up in September. So the name of the game is retention. Okay, defense wins championships. So when we start to talk about marketing, even as a new owner, there's the grand opening, but even owners that have been in the game for a really, really long period of time, they're always looking for like that. What's that one promotion? What's that one challenge? What's that one thing that's going to, hit me a home run, okay, and essentially allow my business to explode? Well, those do come around, but that's not what we should be focusing on, okay? That's sometimes the exciting stuff. Hey, I put out this, a couple of Facebook ads. I had all these new people sign up, and then they're going to come in. It's exciting. It's awesome. But the name of the game is defense. The name of the game is retention, because that's what truly makes a long time successful business. Okay, so what actually creates success? Okay, and let's see. There we go. So this guy. Okay, my computer's a little bit slow, so it might just be because I'm sharing it. But this guy was Ty Cobb, okay? And I'll kind of blast through this so that you can get right to the meat and potatoes. But Ty Cobb, okay, he actually wasn't that great of a fielder. So he had the most errors by an outfielder in American League history. Okay, he was tied for 731st on the home run list, so he's not a home run hitter, okay? But he's a Hall of Famer. He's in the Hall of Fame. And he had the second most singles in the history of baseball, okay, more than 3,000. There's only Pete Rose who is above him, okay? And he's top 5 for doubles in MLB history. So he's a scorer, right? He made his entire career off hitting a single. And Kwang Soo, maybe you can pipe up here because I can't see the chat. But for those who are open, I'd love to know, if what's a home run? Okay, so what is a home run in terms of how many people would be coming through the door? If you were to put out a 21-day program or a challenge, how many brand new members, not existing members doing it, how many brand new members are signing up, okay? And how many of those people, like what's a home run? What's the number? How many people?
Yeah, guys, I got the chat up and, just type in what you think a home run would be.
I really don't know why I can't see the chat.
Maybe down at the bottom. If you go down to the bottom.
I know, I think it's because I'm sharing my
well, what do you guys think? Well, what would be a home run for you guys? It would be leads, whatever. Okay, so we have maybe 40, 21 for 47 LBOs. 40
a month.
Yeah.
Which is huge. So if 40 a month, right, is a home run. If you bring that back and say, what's a single, right? What's a single? It could be 10, 15, 20. And I'll be honest, when I put this up in the mastermind group, most people said, well, 30 would probably be about a home run, right? Anything above 20 would essentially be a home run. Like when people are running, and it obviously depends on what area you are in. Okay, in your city, how much competition, things like that. But it could be, 12 people would be a single, right? But a home run's 30 plus. And so what I'm going to show you is today is essentially how to hit a single every time. And I should have changed this because truthfully, when we went through this at the mastermind, the results that we have gotten through this marketing strategy is we're getting 30 people per location every single time that we run it. Okay. And we can run this 5 to 6 times a year. Okay. So really this is the marketing. You don't need to do any other marketing other than this and your big challenges. And so now we're going to have multiple nationwide fit body challenges every year, January, September, potentially a summer one. I'm not sure, but I think they're looking at 2 to 3 nationwide challenges. So if that's the case, when you're doing a challenge, you're marketing, like we start marketing for our challenges about 5 weeks in advance. Okay, so if we're marketing for 5 weeks in advance for a challenge, right, we only need to have about 5 or 6 other promotions all year long to actually fill in the gaps between these big challenges. This is the single one thing that you can run. It will work again and again, and it works in multiple ways. Okay.
Hey,
And
Tyler, just real quick, Amanda adds that she adding 20 full-time members would be a home run for her, but obviously very difficult.
yes. So now there's a difference. So in order, this is where you really do need to know your numbers. So in order to hit 20 new members, you want to work backwards. So how many trials would you need in order for you to have 20 new members? Okay, because you're not going to convert at 100%. If you are like the greatest salesperson in the history of all time, which would be awesome. But at 50%, it would be 40 trials to hit 20 new members, right? And what we do with all of our facility leaders and within our businesses, it's net members. That's the name of the game. The name of the game is net members. So it doesn't matter how many new members you have, right? It's net new members. So if you had 20 new this month and lost 5, you're net 15. That's the name of the game. And we should all be looking to grow at about 10 to 15 per month. So for us and our facility leaders, obviously there are better times a year than others. We have more trials coming through the door. But we don't want to be growing like at less than 5. 5 per month is like anything below that is an unacceptable level. Okay. That's for me. Now I know Dustin said his is 15. Okay. But if I sit here today and said, okay, at this time next year, if I had 60 more members than I do right now, would I be happy with that? Would that be okay with me? And the answer is yes, absolutely. Because I know that they're going to stay with us for a long period of time. And if we did that this year and next year, all of a sudden, your 60 members, 120 members over the next 2 years, that is a lot of money in EFT that you can service those people. It's not too many people at one time. Right, and that becomes an issue as well. It's really growing so quickly that you can't give the service that turns those people into people who are staying for 12, 18, 24 months, 3 years, 5 years. We can bring a whole lot of people on, but try to keep them beyond 4 months. That does become an issue. I've been through it. I know other owners who have seen massive growth and have also gone through the same thing. Right, so your goal should be about net 10 to 15 every single month. That would be amazing, right? That's huge. And maybe you only need 15 net members in order to get your net 10, right? Or net 12, because maybe you're only losing 2 or 3 in a month. And that's where the attrition really comes into play. Okay, so we went through this. What would you consider a home run and a single? And here's the big secret. Here's the big kicker to it is you are going to give it all away. Okay, so when you do a 21 for 67 or a 21 for 47 or a 28 for 28, or we don't do this for challenges, by the way. Okay, so just a heads up, we don't do this for challenges because we're usually, there's prizes involved in challenges, whether it's weekly prizes or grand prizes. So we're not giving away all of the money when we do challenges, but for all of our 21-day programs, we give it all to a local charity, 100% of it. Okay, 100% of the profits. And so before we kind of get into like, okay, well, this is just charity boot camp, I want to explain on multiple levels why it works so well and what the effects of your business will be over time. Okay. The best part about it is none of this is actually going to come out of your pocket. Okay. It's actually, you're just giving the money on the front end. And so sometimes if you are, here's the thing. Some of you aren't open yet, but if you're relying on front end money to run your business, you have a way bigger issue, and it is your duty and obligation at this moment, like the moment that we get off this, to contact HQ and get on the phone with one of the coaches. Bryce, Bedros, Wilbur, Matt, whoever, Allison, whoever it is, but you shouldn't be running your business and paying your bills with front end money. Okay. Our goal always on the front end for myself is just to break even on the marketing costs. That's it. Because all the money is truly made in the back end when people become a member and increase your EFT. The front end money does not matter. Okay. So here's why it works so well. And so if you listen to Ed Milet, if you don't, you absolutely should listen to his podcast. He's absolutely amazing. But he has this concept of compound pounding. And so compound pounding is essentially just like the water hitting the ocean rocks again and again and again and again. And over time, right, what's going to happen? It's going to wear away and it's going to create this landscape. Same thing with a river. And it's just the compound pounding over time, okay? And the compound pounding effect of this over time is absolutely priceless. There's no amount of money that you can pay in order to get the effects, okay, or the outcomes out of doing and running your LBOs this way. And so we're going to go through them, but there's really a few different levels. One is within your community itself, okay, within your city or town, right? 2 is with your members, and 3 is with your team, okay? And so with your community, this is what ends up happening, okay? So you're essentially creating awareness for your program and impact. Everybody wants to be known for something. And so most people would say, oh, well, we're known for results. Well, in our community, we're known for our results, right? Well, I can promise you, I can go to the 28 other gyms in your community and ask them what they're known for, and they're going to say, well, we're known for our results. Everybody's going to say the exact same thing. Okay, well, we're known for getting people results. We're known for helping people actually achieve their goals, right? Any true competitor of yours, maybe not a big box gym, right? But any, CrossFit, fitness studio, whatever it might be, they're all going to say the same thing, okay? So you're going to be known for something, and what you're going to be known for is giving back to your community and making an impact within your community. And now more than ever, people want to know who they are doing business with. Okay, they want to know. This makes a huge, huge difference. Okay, not only for your community, but for your members as well. And they want to know who they are spending their money with. And they want to feel good about spending money with you. Okay, so when people are choosing, okay, what program that they want to go to, if there's if there's 2 different offers, right? Hey, I've got, 21 for 67, or I've got, 30-day or a free month when you sign up today, or waive your enrollment fee, or here's a free week, or here's whatever it might be, right? They're going to choose you over your competition every single time, every time. Okay? Every single time they're going to choose you. When given the choice, they're going to pick you. They're not going to go in the other regard or in the other direction. Okay, because if 2 programs are exactly the same, one's $21 for 60 or 21 days for $67, okay, and 100% of the profits are going to a charity, and the other one's 21 for $67, guess who I'm going to? I'm going to go and give my money to the person who is giving it to charity and giving back 100% of the time. Because truthfully, unless the other one was so much better at ad copy, okay, and sales copy, which most aren't. There's like 3 companies out there that everybody uses to run their ads, okay? They're not going to. They're just not going to go, okay? They're going to come to you. And the other thing is you're going to be front of mind all the time with your pictures. And so the way that we run this is when we do, when we give, okay, the check, when we donate to the charity, we go and we have them come out, usually to our location, which they're more than happy to do. Our entire team's there. We get a really big check, and we write the amount that we're going to be donating on it, and we take a picture, right? And this is massive because now all we're doing is taking that and we're putting it back to our members, and we're putting it up on our Facebook and our Instagrams and all of our social media feeds. Well, guess what? It's no surprise that those posts get the most likes. Those posts get the most shares because we're giving back. And most people at some point will do something throughout the year. Okay, Wilbur has his big give. Okay, and I just want to use this as an example. And I usually rip on him, but he's not around, and I only like ripping on him when he can hear me. But one of the big things, like he's done so well, right? And he makes such a big impact within his community, and they give away a lot of money. Right? And last year they gave away over $100,000 with their big give around Christmas time. And so for most of us, guess what? That's not feasible for us at this time. He's got 7 locations, right? He's got thousands of members. They can have this really big impact, and a lot of people get behind them. And going back to what I was saying before about being known for something and your reputation, why do you think every single location that Wilbur has opened up after his first couple are instant out of the gate, and they grow really fast and they're super successful? It's because of his reputation and the reputation that he's built with his fit bodies. Okay. It doesn't have to do with marketing. Truthfully, it has to do with his reputation. People already know. People know what they're getting when they're going to do business with him. Okay. So in being front of mind all the time with pictures, he had this really huge program where they donated over $100,000, and that's amazing. And everybody in the community feels awesome about it. I promise you, not one person's thinking about it on July 9th. Okay. And so although it was a massive give and a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort behind it, he's truly, from a business perspective, and this isn't the reason why we're doing this in the first place. It isn't to like try to get more members, because we want to support the communities that support us. We want to give back. Okay. We're in a very fortunate position, and it's our duty and obligation to give back to the people who do support us. That's the first, like, just to be very clear, this is not a gimmick. This isn't a gimmick to just get more members. Okay. This is to do the right thing and give back to the communities and the charities that truly do deserve our support. That's what Wilbur's was in the first place. Now, we can capitalize on the back end, and we need to do that, because we want to be sure that every single person that chooses a fitness option comes through our doors. Otherwise, they're going someplace else, and I promise you, we are the best option every single day of the week. And if you don't believe that, you've got some mindset issues that you need to work on first. Okay? But he did this massive give, $100,000, over $100,000. But nobody's thinking about it now, right? Not his clients. So now what you can do is you can spread these throughout the year, 5 or 6 times a year, where it's going to be, every other month, let's say. Well, every other month is an opportunity to remind your community and prospects, hey, you know what? I am going to go give them a try. And maybe they can't come today. Doesn't mean they're not interested. Most people who don't sign up for your program doesn't mean they're not interested in it. It essentially means it's not the right time for them. They're just about to go on vacation. The 6-week challenge was a little bit too long. They had like this one birthday weekend, and they didn't want to screw up their nutrition plan, so they just decided they weren't going to do the whole 6-week challenge. It doesn't make any sense, but that's the thought process. This gives them an opportunity to do it again when you're running it multiple times, right? And for your members, it also reminds your members 5 to 6 times a year of why they're doing business with you. Okay, so you're going to be front of mind all of the time. Now, for your members, okay, members also want to know who they are doing business with, and they want to be reassured that they're spending money with the right people. Okay, and part of it's kind of crazy. Okay, because some people and I've been accused of this by members who are actually no longer members, because obviously, we'll just eventually split ways because we're not on the same wavelength, and that's totally fine. But I've been accused of only running challenges to make money. It's like, guys, by the time you do prizes and pay the coaches more to do the accountability, and you have your marketing costs and all of these things, the challenge itself, you don't make any money really off the challenge, right? It's to get new members, absolutely, but you're not really making any money off the challenge. And so they want to be sure that when they're giving you their hard-earned money every single month, that they're spending it with people who do care, that people that they know, and it will retain people for you. It will retain your current members, because given the opportunity, when an Orange Theory opens up across the street from you and it has the fancy orange lights, okay, they might be like, hey, you know what? I've been here for 18 months. I think I might kind of try to try something new. That's natural. That doesn't have anything to do with your business or product. That's natural. People eventually want to experience something different or change. Now, if you are in a position where you've been continuing to be active in your community and adding value to your community, they're never going, because they don't know who they're doing business with. They're going to stay with you because they know what you stand for. Okay? So members want to know, and this will create a massive impact within your members as well. And so the way that we run this program, and as an example of this, okay, let's see, is the one that we just finished up, okay, the one that we just finished up, and we're just about to start another one next week, or start advertising for one next week. But when we finished up, the way that we run this is we put out a video and we just promote it on our Facebook page. And we ask and we say, hey, We have a brand new 21-day program coming up. It's a charity boot camp. 100% of the profits are going to a local charity. Please comment below and let us know which charity is near and dear to your heart. That's the marketing. Okay? And you're going to get all these comments. You're not actually even selling anything yet. This does not go to a ClickFunnels page. This doesn't go to a landing page. People can't register off this. This is just spending money to create awareness that you're going to be doing this. And our members get on there and they post and post and post. And it's this, this charity and that charity. And multiple people will comment on a charity and then they'll share it. You get organic shares because they want to. They want people to know that, hey, by the way, they're going to be doing this. Okay? So this happened, and we've done this multiple times. And the charity that we chose, sometimes I'll just do a random charity. Like I'll just literally put it in like one of the randomizers on Google or search it and just let it go and pick a charity. This time, a charity had come up a couple of times, and it was a hospice. So Lessard and Innisfree Hospice. And so for those of you who don't know, a hospice, you go and you're essentially there for a very, very short period of time before you pass away. Well, one of our members, her mother went to the hospice and she passed away there. And that's the charity that we ended up choosing. They're a nonprofit. They absolutely deserve our support. Okay. And so they're coming in on July 23rd. Okay. They're coming to one of our facilities and we'll present the big check and give them the check. And we're donating it on behalf of our member. And she's going to hopefully, she hasn't confirmed, but hopefully be there with us on that day when we present the check. Okay. There is no amount of money that you can pay to create that type of loyalty from that member. Right? There's nothing that you can physically do without actually doing it. You can't do it. You can't create it. Do you think that member's ever going to go anywhere else? If there is a fitness option, like unless they're like, hey, I'm going to go to the $10 a month gym because I came into like some financial issues, and even then they wouldn't do it. They'll either come to us or they won't go to a gym. They're never going to go anyplace else. Right? And that's the power that it has. You can't buy that. It's not a post. It means nothing to do with results. Right? And people say, hey, we don't want to compete on workouts. And we don't. We don't want to compete on, and we don't compete on like ropes and TRXs and push-ups and stuff like that. Like it's just anybody can copy that. And anybody can say like, if you have a coach that's half decent, okay, they're going to get people results. There's a million trainers in the world that can get people results. Okay. We're not special in the fact that like, if you can get someone to eat better than what they've currently been eating and exercise a few days a week, they're going to see results, right? It's truly, there's no secret to it. It's actually getting them to be accountable and consistent with their program. If they are, they'll see results, right? We're not competing on that. Our members aren't going to go anywhere else. That member certainly, but guess what she's going to do? Well, guess what? She's going to post about it. She's going to talk to other members about it. Well, now all of those members are never going anywhere else, right? They know who they're doing business with. So they're never going to go anywhere else. And so I've seen this a few times within the Fit Body family group, as well as the mastermind group, as well as saying like, what's the best referral program that I can run? Like, how can I convince my members to give me more referrals and give me business? Right? Like any time that you put something out there, like whatever it is, I don't care what it is, TV, blah, 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 it doesn't matter, right? You're essentially being like, who do you know that I can harass until they sign up for a membership? And that's essentially what you're doing. Like, how can I leverage you to make more money for me? Right? How is that adding value to that person? Right? When we run a charity program, okay, it massively increases our referrals. Because you need to give your members a reason to refer. Yes, you have to be good. Your product has to be great. Your experience has to be amazing. But at the same time, give them a reason to tell their friends about you. Okay? When you're running a charity boot camp, they do that. Okay? They're going to share it. They're going to say, hey, by the way, this is the charity that's happening to. Hey, come out and support it. You're probably going to get a couple of people that, you know, are only there because of the charity. That's okay. And maybe they don't sign up. That's okay. However, we've also converted people into longtime members who right in the beginning told us like, hey, you know what? The only reason I did this program was because it was for charity, but I love it so much that I'm going to become a member. So you're getting those people as well. Okay. Which is absolutely huge. Okay. And then the other one is with your team. Okay. And so your team, just like everybody else, they want to be a part of something bigger. And our team really gets behind the causes. And so instead of saying like, you know, when you have a program coming up or a challenge, like normally what's going to happen is your coach is going to announce it before and after boot camps and keep it front of mind for a week or two before the challenge or whatever starts so that your members know, right? But then it becomes like oh, well, did you guys remember? Like, did you announce it before and after? When we run it for a cause, we never have to remind anybody, okay? We never have to ask to say, hey, you know, can you mention it? Like they run with it. They take it and they run with it, okay? And they want to. Your team wants to be, now more than ever, your team also, okay, they want to be a part of something bigger. They want to be a part of a business that stands for something. Okay, so the sooner that you can have them, they're not going to leave either, right? But they have a choice. They have a choice of which gym, which boot camp, which fitness facility, which place of work that they go to every single day. So if it's literally just going to be like hey, well, we go and do this, the first person that comes along that's willing to pay them like $2 an hour more, they might leave. But if if they are a part of something bigger, okay, they're not going anywhere because they want to be with somebody that stands for something. They also want to know who they're investing their time with. They're not paying you money, but they want to know who they're investing their time with on a daily basis, and that means so much to them. Okay, so our team, we saw a huge shift. Okay, and they bring a massive amount of energy to promoting the program. Okay, so here's the thing is maybe some people aren't there yet, but usually what ends up happening is we've got like a 21-day program and a 28-day challenge, and then one's a 28-day just normal program, but then it's a 14-day, and then we kind of run a 6-week, and then maybe a 10-week, and then back to like an 8-week, and it's all over the place. And so I'm not sure who has somebody do their marketing for them. I have had people do it in the past. I like to do it myself, but it is an extreme amount of work to go in and create different funnels every single time to run your programs. You have to set it up. You have to be sure that each registration hits the page and then it's funneling to the correct email and that the correct autoresponder emails that are going out and that so-and-so is being notified so that they can start the follow-up sequence. There's a lot to doing those, right? When you find a funnel that works, just stick with it, okay? The offer is because it's for charity. Okay, I'm not sure if many of you know Laura Alvarado, but she's run the same 21 for 21 for like 2.5 years. And she gets people to come through the door. You don't need to have 7 different offers to make your business successful. You literally need to have 1 or 2. And it should be the challenges, which everything is done for you, and a 21-day charity. So now instead of me creating new funnels all the time, I have one funnel, and I literally go in, we contact the charity, and we ask them and say, hey, this is what we're looking to do, whatever, would you mind sending us your logo? They send us a high resolution logo. I literally remove the one picture from the one before, input the new logo, and change the name. And I run it. That's it. Right? So it's going to make your marketing way simpler. It's going to save a ton of time. Okay? And I mentioned this already, but we've had people join and say, I only tried this program because it was going to charity, but I love it, and become members long-term. And next. Okay, and here's a big part of the meat and bones of it is your ad cost is covered. Okay, so you are not going into your pocket really at any point in time in order to donate money, right? So the one that we run is a 21-day for $29. We will increase that. Okay, we run a 21-day, and I want everyone to know, do what works best for you. Okay, we convert very well off of our 21-day. Every single person, every single coach, every person on every level of our program knows exactly how to run the 21-day program, right? It's our best program because everybody's on the same page. It's simple, right? Maybe that's a 28-day program for you. And if it is, run with it. I wouldn't be doing like a 21-day and a 28-day and a 14-day because they start to move in and out of each other. And you're starting to go like, okay, I like just nobody knows, right? Because then you have a coach be like, oh, hey, you're here on the charity, like the 21-day, and they're like, oh no, I'm 14-day, right? Like it just doesn't give a great experience when we have people who might not think like we don't know what's going on or what program they're on. People are either on a challenge or they're on a 21-day. We don't run anything else other than that, okay? So your ad cost is covered. You're donating other people's money, okay? So now we have 3 locations, but our goal is to donate over $1,000 every time. Okay. Now you can still do this for one location. People are willing to pay a premium because it's going to charity. So we do it at $29, but you could easily do it at $39. Like I don't think we'd have any difference between doing it for $39. So we're going to increase it, or $37, right? As long as it's lower than $67, as long as it's lower than what the program is online, people are going to be like, oh, hey, I'm getting a deal. Oh, and it's going to charity? Absolutely, I'm going to do it. Right? It's a no-brainer for them. Okay? Now, if you can, top it up a bit to make it look a little bit better. Right? So you don't want to be holding a check and being like, I donated $84. That's not going to give you the impact that you're looking for. So if you can get up close to, it doesn't have to be over 1,000, but if you can get it up close to that, by all means do it. Okay? But people are willing to pay a premium. So I think that that's what your goal should be, in and around there, after your ad spend. And I'm going to run down some numbers for you. Okay? But let's say if at the end of the day, I said, hey, you give me $500 and I'm going to put 30 people in front of you, trials, prospects, I would give you as much money as I possibly could for those 30. I would try to give that every single time. I would pay you to have those 30 people in front of me because you're going to convert 15, okay? And 15 over a period of time is going to add up to a lot of money in EFT. You need one person to sign up to get that back, okay? Multiple times over. So don't worry too much about putting a little bit of extra money in there. Okay. Okay. So if you are spending $500 on the front end, you can easily gain $75,000 on the back end. Okay. And this is actually the 75 comes from our most recent program. So that's based on the conversions of our most recent program. If they were to say for 12 months, it's $75,000. Okay, so that's what we're going to add in EFT over the course of the year. So to pay $500 to top it up a little bit, to show like, hey, we donated $1,000, $75,000 is like it's the $500 worth of investment all day long. I do it again and again and again. Okay, charities and members are going to promote the program for you. Okay, so it becomes much easier to do. And I think I have a picture. I'm moving the box around with all the video in it so that I can actually see. But what's going to happen, okay, and is people are going to start to actually advertise it for you in the charities that you work with. And we actually don't ask them to do this. They do it for themselves. So this is one of the charities that we did earlier, okay, in the year. And I think this was in and around March, I believe. So it was March and into April. It was a Child Witness Center, okay? And the Child Witness Center is a program here that they support and help children who have either been abused or have witnessed abuse and have to go into the courtroom. So they go with them and support them through the process. And like that's an amazing charity, right? And the way that we chose that was literally the randomizer, because it's maybe not something that maybe we would have picked in the beginning, right? And so you're going to get to work with some really, really amazing causes that 100% deserve your money. And you absolutely cannot, like I said, it just goes so far, and you should be doing it anyways, but it just works on so many levels. Okay. But they had posted this up for us. We didn't ask them to, they're promoting it for us. Okay. Okay. So the how-to, okay. So essentially what's going to happen, the way that you start running this is shoot a video, asking people to comment below and choose a charity that is near to their hearts. Okay, so like what I usually do is take a selfie video on my phone, so it looks native inside of either Instagram or inside of Facebook. Okay, so when it's like a high production video, sometimes people go to like skip over it. When it's literally a selfie video, which is so easy for everybody to do, it looks like it's coming from one of your friends. And that's why it's called a native ad, is because it really looks like, hey, we're friends. Like if my friend were to shoot something, like this is what it's going to look like for them. Okay. So shoot a video and just say, hey, hey, it's Tyler here from Fit Body Bootcamp. We have our 21-day charity bootcamp program is coming up really soon. It's a brand new program that we're releasing. We're going to be donating 100% of the profits to a local charity. We'd love to know which charity is close to your heart. Just shoot a comment below and let us know. That's it. It's as simple as that. And then you're going to boost that post for about a week. Okay. And that's creating the awareness with all of the people who are then going to see your ad afterwards. Okay, and then you're going to choose a charity, and what I would suggest is that you choose a charity probably around day 4 or 5. Your members are going to share it, okay? We can actually ask them to share it. We usually post up for the link and just say, hey guys, we're running another 21-day charity program. Like, go to the link and comment which charity that you'd love to see us work with, right? And then they go and they start commenting on it as well, okay? And we choose a charity about 4 days in, 5 days in. It's okay. Don't wait until the 8 days or 7 days is done to choose your charity, because then you have to contact the charity. You have to get an image from them. Sometimes, maybe, I highly doubt it, it's never happened to us, but they might say, no, we don't want to be associated, but it's literally never happened. But I usually like to just not assume. So we reach out, we talk to them first, all while this boosted ad is still running, because it's still creating awareness for you. Okay. So then we connect with them. Okay, get their logos and then kind of give them the how-to and then go from there. Okay, now what we're actually going to be doing for our upcoming one, which is a backpack program for a family services charity, a local one, is we already knew we were going to be doing this. So we've reached out to them to go in and make a video with them. So the video, instead of like your most effective marketing are testimonials. Why are they testimonials? Because it's not you talking about yourself. It's somebody else talking about you. It's more believable, right? So when we're doing this with a charity, it's not us saying, hey, we're going to be doing this for a charity. It's the charity talking about how great their charity is and why and how much of a difference it makes. And then it's us just saying, hey, we're donating 100% of the profits to this charity, right? So it's very effective marketing when you can do it that way. But there's also a time and a place when you want to shoot the video. If you already know that you're going to be doing a 21-day charity program with a specific charity, you don't need to do the first step of shooting a video and asking for a charity, right? So you can run it either way. You can either shoot the video and ask for recommendations and then choose one and roll with it. But if you already know which one you're going to be going with, reach out to them in advance and see if they can help in your marketing a little bit, okay? Usually what we'll do as well is we'll write an email. We ask, hey, do you guys have an email list? Or, hey, 100% of the profits are going to be going to the charity. Would you mind sending out this email? Right? It's a very simple way that all of a sudden who knows, their email list could be like 400 people. It could be 1,000 people. If they blast it out, you're writing it for them. And then you can say, hey, you can tweak it however you'd like, but would you mind sending this out? Right? And they always do. Okay? Okay, so after you would choose the charity, you're going to run a Facebook ad campaign, okay, for 2 weeks. We run it 21 for 29, like I said, but you could easily do 21 for 37. You could do 21 for 47, right? I think it was Dylan who said, on a 21 for 47, 40 people in a month, you could easily run this at 21 for 47. So if you have one location, I wouldn't be doing it at 29. Okay, we did it because obviously the lower it is, the hope is the more people you're going to have come through the door. However, you can easily run it because at a certain point, everything above that is going to be profit, okay, that you can donate once you get rid of your ad costs. Okay, so here's some of the case studies that I've run out there for you. Okay, these are the last 2 21-day charity programs that we ran, and a couple programs before. A couple of programs before that. So we did a free 21-day program, okay, and it was actually a kind of a cool thing, but we essentially made them jump through a lot of hoops. So they were kind of pre-selecting themselves for our program. So even though it was a free 21-day, we just didn't have a lot of people jumping on it because it was free. But our ad spend was nearly $1,300. We had 140 opt-ins. Now, they opted in, but not 140 people came. It wasn't 140 trials. So just to be clear on that, when I put this together, I didn't go down to find exactly how many trials we had, but I think it was in about the 70-ish range to 90. Okay, so we didn't make any money on the front end, and it cost us $8.72 per prospect, okay, or sorry, per prospect, and we didn't donate anything. We ran a 21 for 21. I didn't track down the ad spend on that. We had 73 people who were physical trials who came in, which means that we made $1,533 on the front end, which means it didn't really cost us anything. Okay, most of our ad costs for a program are in and around $1,500 spend. Okay, but we didn't donate anything either. Okay, now the 21-day charity, the first one, we spent nearly $400, 90 trials, $2,520 on the front end. So you can easily see that we made money here. Okay, and then we donated the rest. So it didn't cost us anything for each trial coming in through the door. Okay, most people are saying like, hey, as long as you break even on your ad spend, you are good. Okay, but if you are able to have additional money, every part of that should be donated. Okay, so we were able to donate $1,124, which is the actual picture that you saw of the last one. And then this is the one that we just finished up. We had 131 trials come in. Now, again, that's over 3 locations. So that's more than 40 trials per location. Okay, and we're going to be donating almost $1,600. Okay, now what happens is all of the tactics that you use, I'm sure you people heard like ManyChat, okay, things like that. When your offer is set, okay, and when your funnel is set, now you can start to get very tactical with the different types of marketing. Okay, but what I find, because people usually talk about marketing quite a bit, is that people are trying to look at a tactic, maybe like ManyChat or some of the other things as like, well, this is a different way, so it's going to bring me more prospects. And no, it's just a different delivery system. Your offer has to be the main thing. So as long as your offer is down, okay, if you have a great offer, which because it's going to charity it is, now you can start to go, I'm also going to be using ManyChat. And I can also test it against the funnel, okay? And that makes a huge, huge, huge difference, okay? When you're in the beginning, if you're just starting out, keep it as simple as you possibly can. Get your offer down. Then start to tweak it to go, great, my next 21-day charity program, instead of having 131 trials in, how can I get to maybe 150? Okay, and that's a big thing. That's tweaking the funnel and getting more tactical about it, as opposed to just redoing an offer, redoing all of the things. So, 21 day for 47, that's an offer. 14 days for $14, that's an offer. Once your offer's down, then start to tweak. Okay, but I see a lot of people tweaking when they're not optimizing. They're jumping from offer to offer to offer. Okay, so hope that helps. Now, here's a really, really awesome viral marketing tactic that we took from It Works, which is essentially an online MLM, and they take like saran wrap and stick some menthol on it, and you wrap it around you and lose weight or something like that. But we took it from them. They're really good online MLMs. They do know what they're doing for some marketing stuff, but we literally just posted this up. I wrote it out, and I posted this up or I didn't post it up. I had our facility leaders, because they have the best relationships with our members, posted up inside our private members Facebook groups. And just says, calling all friends that want to get summer ready. My girl, Tori Collins at FBBC, tagged her in the post, is looking for a few people who want to lose 8 to 13 pounds in the next 21 days. Try out a new boot camp program at a discounted cost. Plus 100% of the profits are going to a great cause. Comment below if you can help out, or tag a friend that might be interested. Okay, now this post had 10 comments. Okay, now that's part of it is Tori replying back. Okay, but we had 20, 30, 40 people do this. Okay, and now all we did was have Tori literally send them a DM. right? She would follow up with everything that she was tagged in, and then she would go through and reach out to all of them. We got quite a few people coming in through that. Okay. Now these are people who know the member that we've one of our members. So when we talk about referrals, right? When we're trying to create an outcome, we're trying to be too direct with a referral. Like, hey, if you give me a name of somebody, then I'm going to try to sell them something and then thanks, right? But it benefits me. Your members will get behind all day long, and they will do this again and again and again because it's going to a cause. It's going to a cause that's not about us, right? And they will get behind it again and again. So when you're looking at increasing referrals, give your members a reason to refer people to you. So the reason was the charity, okay? But then what we did is we said, okay, well, now we will do all of the steps for you. Don't make it a burden for them to think. They don't know what to say. They may want to refer to you, but they don't know what to say. They don't know how to approach it. You have to write that out for them and lay it out step by step and make it as literally as simple as, hey, just copy and paste this. And that's all you have to do. They will do that. But if there's any other steps for them to go through, they're not going to do it. You have to do it for them. Okay, so that's for referrals. Okay, and I think that's about it for what I have to go through. Like I said, what's next is we're connecting next week to shoot the video for our backpack program with the charity, and we'll get that running. For us, the deadline is August 9th because that's when they wrap up the charity. So we'll be running this for about 3 weeks. And then the moment that that's done, we'll be about a week off from marketing and then starting to market the September challenge through FBBC. So I think that's it. Oh, wait, no, my goal. One last thing. So our goal is no one will ever outgive us in our community. Okay. No fitness business will outgive us. I promise you that. Okay. And here's the thing. It's going to make you feel good. Your team's going to feel good about it. But at the end of the day, like the word's going to spread. And all of a sudden what's going to end up happening is competitors are going to have to do the same thing, right? They're going to have to keep up. We want to innovate. Pedro says it all the time. We will innovate. We will create faster than they can copy. And you're going to create and create and create. And so now the creation is going to the community. So all you're going to do, if your competitors want to keep up with you, you're going to force them to have to give to your community. You're going to force them to have to be sure, okay, that they're donating their money as well. Okay. And that's a huge thing. Okay. So that was the goal. I did this for the mastermind. Okay. Our goal is to donate $10,000 a year. I believe that there's more than 100 locations. There's not 100 owners, but more than 100 locations in mastermind. If we're all donating about $5,000 a year, okay, it's more than $500,000 a year, okay, that's going to local charities, which is massive. And over the next 5 years, that's $2.5 million that are going to local charities, okay? And so now that, in the new owners group, I say this is even more impactful to your business because you get to do this right out of the gates. And if I could do this right out of the gates, I would have done it. Kicking myself, I wish I would have done this right out of the gates because this compounds over time. Because now, 5 years from now, it's the easiest thing to sell. It's the easiest thing for you to sell, your admin to sell, whoever's selling it over the phone and getting people to trials. It's the easiest thing because they say, hey, by the way, our program, hey, you did your 3 free. By the way, we have a promotion going on right now. 100% of the profits go to this charity. Or, hey, our goal is to donate $10,000 through our 21-day charity program to local charities this year. Or, hey, in the past 3 years, we've donated $25,000 to local charities through our 21-day promotion. And to them on the other line, it sounds amazing, right? So it's huge. And for all of the new owners, I'm going to challenge you to do this as well and put it out there because together as a Fit Body as a whole, we should be known for giving in our communities. People should be excited. Businesses, charities should be excited when we open up within their community because of what it is that we do for our members and for our communities as well. So that's it. That's all I got for you. If you have any questions, I apologize. I went a few minutes over, but if you have questions, I'd love to help you out with anything that I can.
Yeah, if no one has any questions, I just want to throw something in there. I think I spoke to Tyler after his presentation at the mastermind. And knowing that I'm going to open in hopefully in September with a 6-week transformation challenge that most people open their first location with. And then I'm going to follow it up immediately with the charity initiative, because I just think this is awesome. I mean, just from there's no aspect of this that's a downside. I mean, you're really giving back to the community. You're doing something really good for the people and yourself, and also you're helping your business. So that's what I plan on doing.
Yeah, and the other thing as well is you could tie the grand opening to a charity as well. Okay, the beauty about running it is, again, just to clarify, you're
muted. I think you're muted. Your voice went out. Something happened. Can you guys hear him?
Am I back?
Oh, getting better.
Am I back now? Am I good?
Yeah, you're a little bit muffled, but yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, I'm not sure what happened there.
Better now, better.
Okay, awesome. So I just tried to stop the sharing on my computer, so maybe that's what it was. But what I was saying is you could donate 100% from your grand opening challenge and go off with a really big bang as well. You can do that. The beauty about doing it is that there are, like, you're only donating 100% of the profit. So I had this question last time is, okay, well, if we take $29, are you donating fully $29? No, I'm not. I'm removing out our ad costs. So if it costs me $15 to get one person through the door, I'm donating the other $14. So I'm not out of pocket for anything. So you can do the same thing with a challenge and say, hey, 100% of the profits are going to a charity. You can still give away cash for first, second, and third. You could still give away $1,000, $500 for first, $300 for second, $200 for third, something in that range or whatever you might do, but you're just going to take it and remove it out, right? That's part of your costs of running the challenge. So the profits, okay, would remove out the prizes that you're going to have within that as well.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, you can do it that way. We've had a lot of success in the past with running challenges and following them up with a 3-week, a 21-day program. Some people, a 6-week challenge is too long for them. Okay, maybe they're away one weekend. Maybe they don't have the time. Maybe they're scared. Okay, maybe they just don't know who you are yet, and that's okay. But what you can do, and what we've had really great success with, is saying, like, hey, it's a challenge, okay? And you're about 2.5, 3 weeks in. We know what the results are from the challenge, because people in our challenges, people are weighing in and people are excited. Hey, I've lost, 13 pounds in the first 3 weeks. Okay, well, what I do with that is I take that, right? And I either screenshot it if I can, and you can white out the name, right? But you can take multiple screenshots and use them as testimonials to promote your next 21-day program. Hey, in the first 3 weeks, hey, maybe you missed our 6-week challenge, right? Maybe you missed our 6-week challenge. Maybe it wasn't the right time. Maybe something was going on, blah, 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 whatever it might be, right? That's okay. We've had amazing results so far in the first 3 weeks of our, challenge, right? What we've done is we've created a 21-day, right, or a 3-week program with 100% of the profits going to charity, right, within this. And then you give your offer, right? But you have true results from 3 weeks at your boot camp, and then you're flipping over and saying, like, this is what can be accomplished within 3 weeks. Here's an offer to sign up for 3 weeks.
Awesome. Hey, so can I ask you, Tyler, when did you start doing this? I mean, you've been open since 2015, is it?
13.
13. Okay.
So we've done multiple charity programs, like everybody else, but they were sporadic, right? And every time they did go well, and we've been doing this as our only offer aside from our challenges since maybe October. So we've been doing it maybe 9 months, where it's our only offer is the challenge. But every time that we've run it before that, it works 100%. So we'll have donated more than $4,000 in the last 6 months, or when it kind of comes through. But and every time that we've run it in the past, like I said, it's done very, very well for us. It's always one of the easiest things to sell. It's always the one that brings in a lot of trials. It's always the posts that get the most likes and shares out of our clients. Our team feels good about it. There's no reason not to continue to run it. And I don't know if anyone's familiar with Russell Brunson. He's the founder of ClickFunnels. His whole thing is it's just one funnel, right? You're one funnel away. You're just one funnel away. And his thing is, when you find a funnel that works, you run that funnel into the ground, and you run it for as long as you possibly can, and you do not change anything. You run it and run it and run it and run it and run it. You found your offer, run it and run it. Laura's going with is 21 for 21. You don't need to change it. It will work. It will work again and again. You don't have to change. We're not reinventing the wheel, right? But the compound effect over the next few years, you're just not going to be able to buy it. And in fact, it was Chris, he's also in the mastermind group, said he had recently run a charity program, and the word got out, and the news stations contacted him because of that, and that's free media, right? They're coming out and contacting him because of what it is that he's doing within the community, and there's nobody else doing it.
Yeah, I think that's that's the amazing part of doing charities is so many people just naturally get behind it. Everyone's got something, or they know somebody who is affected by a charity, and it's natural for people to want to get behind it.
Yep, absolutely. And just to put this out there as well, since the mastermind, we've had quite a few of the mastermind members start to throw those up. Stephen Anthony, okay, also complete rock star. I mean, he had just put it up, okay, and said like, hey, what local charity can we do? And one of their members' houses had burnt down, and that's what they're doing it for, right? Like there's no amount that there's. Like, you cannot buy the loyalty or the impact that you're going to have. And it's not about, there's a benefit to doing it. There will be more money in your pocket, but that's not the why you're doing it, right? So, Matt had put something up. Like there's Chris had done another one. Like there's multiple people who have kind of taken this and run with it and are doing very well with the signups from it right out of the gate. And so it's something that if you're not running, you 100% should be thinking to run soon.
Yeah, I spoke to Steven. He's not too far from me, and he ran the post and advertised, and I think he said in like a 24-hour period he raised $1,000.
Yeah.
For that person who had their house burned down. So great start for him, and great for the affected person.
Yeah.
Cool. You know what? I don't know if anyone doesn't have any questions. I want to go back to a point that Tyler was making about sort of, I guess people do certain things in their marketing because perhaps they get desperate for front end cash. And you mentioned gym launch, right?
Yep.
Now, I don't know that much about gym launch, but I do know from a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, the people that I have spoken to, they say, who have done it, they said, yeah, it does work. But just like you said, it is a bait and switch. And it's classic bait and switch.
Okay, so It's 100% a bait and switch. FitBody has something similar. I've never run it. Drop pounds, get paid. If that's what you were going to be looking to do, I would do that because gym launch is going to be fairly expensive. Anybody that you talk to about gym launch is for sure going to say, hey, yeah, gym launch works, because they're going to get, I think it's like a $2,000 referral fee if you join gym launch.
Yep.
So it's not always like hey, there's other things at play as opposed to just like, oh yeah, it works really, really, really well. And at the end of the day, does it work well? Maybe it could, right? But it's essentially, here's gym launch. Hey, it's a free 6-week challenge. Fill this out. Great. Now that I've filled it out, book in an orientation. Great. Now that you're coming in for an orientation, here's the deal. It's $499 up front. And if you achieve your goal, then we give you 100% of your money back. And if you don't, then you pay us the $499, right? And now it just becomes, someone who's like in tears about being like, I'm depressed. This is my last hope. I can't rub two nickels together. And I thought it was free, and fuck you guys.
Yeah.
That's it, right? And do you think that when that person walks out your door, that they're ever going to tell anybody about coming to you? No.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they're never going to tell anybody to come to you. And not only that, but you've lost that person forever. Forever. Maybe they come into some money a year from now. They're never coming back to you. Right? Don't do that. Right? Ever. The money is not made on the front end. And the reason why so many people are attracted to a gym launch type thing is because it's $499 on the front end. Well, guess what? Most of the people that are doing it, some of them get results, which is great, okay? But most of them do not hit their goal weight, which means that if they're not hitting their goal weight, you're keeping the money. Now, me as a coach being like, well, fuck, we just came up with this goal together. And now I'm kind of hoping that you don't hit your goal so I can keep your money. I don't know. That seems kind of shitty to me. So don't run it. There's better ways to run it. You know what? Like I said, the compounding of running a charity program, you're not going to make $20,000, $40,000 on the front end. But I promise you will make 10 times that over the next 5 years on the back end, because people want to do business with you. Not because it was a bait and switch program that you were like, hey, it's free. No, just kidding. It's $500. Hey, don't run stupid shit like that. And in all honesty, like there are FitBody's pretty lenient. Okay, I've been around long enough to know FitBody's pretty lenient with this stuff, and sometimes they don't know stuff about the things that they should run. Things like that should be immediate removal of the brand, because it affects us all as a brand.
So I spoke to an owner in Vegas. And she said she had tried the gym launch.
Yep.
And about a week into it, and she says, yeah, it was converting, but she said that about a week into it, she stopped because she just couldn't stomach it anymore. She just knew there was something wrong with it. It was like she just felt wrong about doing that type of sales. So, I commended her for that, and
just don't run it. And anybody who is still on here, again, please, if you have questions about any of this stuff, reach out. People, you have to understand their job is to market, right? Their job is to market to you. And I have absolutely nothing against Harmozy. He is an amazing marketer. He's an amazing marketer. Right? And for some people, you're right. Maybe that did help them not close their doors. But over a period of time, it probably is. I've spoken with him on the phone absolutely regarding his program. That was the one. And now why do you think they're going to like this hybrid model? Bedros talked about it, right? And he called it out. They're going to a hybrid model of being like, hey, half of it is at your location and the other half is online. Well, guess what? That's not the way that the industry is going, because I can promise you there are 8,000, 10,000 better online fitness trainers who have been in the program for a lot longer than you have, right? And that's not what we're about. The reason why people come to you is because they want to feel appreciated. They want to walk through your doors and have somebody call them by name. Right? Talk about accountability to your program and accountability to coming to sessions. A lot of the times it's not even us making sure that our members are accountable to coming, because at 6 a.m. in the morning, when nobody wants to really be getting out of bed and working out, especially here in Canada when it's like minus 30, right? When they miss a session, the next time they're there, every single member's like, where were you? Why weren't you here? What do you mean? Right? Like, it's not, and that's the community. In an age where everything's going virtual, everything is on demand, and do it on your own. The people who are going to win are the people who any chance that they can bring the community back together. Okay, people create connection, and so the more that we can be intentional about creating connection through relationships with our coaches and our members and our communities, you're going to win in the long run. People don't leave that. People leave businesses, they don't leave relationships. So when you take your entire business and you go to put it online or remove the relationship aspect, you're no different than the next person over who runs it for $10 less per month than you do, and you're losing people.
I 100% agree, and the whole idea of this hybrid model. I know he advertises that the boutique fitness businesses are dying supposedly. Well, obviously that's a crock of shit, but
absolutely
whatever. That's part and parcel of why I would never even touch that, simply because of that bit of advertising. I just know it's BS. But other than that, I have to jump too, and I wanna let you go. You've been on for an hour and a half. It was amazing. Really appreciate you being on, because as new owners, we crave this kind of information, and it's not always readily available to us. So again, I'm happy to cherry pick anything from the mastermind to bring it on this forum. So thanks a lot, Tyler.
You're very welcome. And if anybody has any questions, by all means, reach out to me, send me a message. We're obviously super, super busy as well. So if I don't, I'll try to get back to you within 24 hours. But like I said, hopefully you guys took something away from this. I obviously feel very, very strongly about the program, and if you name it, we've pretty much done it or run it. It's a strong offer. If you're starting out, this is the only way that you should be going at this time, because it's just simple. You as a new owner have to think about 800 other things more than even I do at this time, because you're just learning and taking in so much. So keep it simple anytime that you can, and allow yourself to go through to have the experience. And the more simple you can run the business, the better and more successful you're going to be.
Love it, man. Thank you so much, Tyler. And guys, he's not kidding. Reach out to him for his help. He will absolutely help you. He's one of those guys.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks so much for having me on. And keep crushing it, guys. Keep rocking and pushing away.
Yep.
All
Good
right.
luck with everything. See you soon.
Have a good one.
Bye, guys.